and welcome to Nick and Kristen in the podcast. I'm Nick, that's Kristen. This is the podcast. I would assume you knew that because you hit play on whatever device you're listening on. Thank you for listening and for following us on this journey. We are at episode 50.
Oh my
Huzzah!
gosh, yeah. Oh, wow.
We did it.
We made it.
We did. And I don't know.
Does that mean that we've been unemployed from radio for 50 days?
At least 50 business days.
Yeah, 50 business days.
We're holding on. But I was going to think of all the things that I wanted to do instead of radio. I tried to come up with, becoming an influencer or, starting my own business, things that like people do with degrees and intelligence, and I have none of that.
Yeah.
So I was like, PBA career, here I come.
Professional Bowling Association,
yes,
by the way.
Gonna be a professional bowler, and at least I'll have some prestige. I don't think they make a lot of money, but
no, they don't.
I will be once I can get good at bowling, then I can be a PBA influencer or like a bowling influencer and then make money that way.
I think you could do that now, but you wanted to play. You were in a big tournament over the weekend.
Yes.
So how did it go?
It was better than the Reno tournament I went to.
Okay, good.
But the lanes were easier, but still I struggled. So yeah, I didn't do as well as I'd hoped. And so I'm going to put a pause on becoming a professional bowler, and I'm going to have to pick that up later.
Yeah, this is a different part of your life that we need to worry about right now.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, because I know that you're joking right now, but in all seriousness, was there a part of you that was thinking, like, maybe I could be a professional bowler?
No.
Okay. So you knew going into this was like just for fun.
Yeah, like I knew that I really wanted to do good. Like,
of course,
and I felt in my heart that I could, and my heart let me down. Well, I know that I know it's
your
hard.
Arm let you down, right?
Well, no, I know that it's hard, and it's supposed to be hard, and that's the point. Like,
yeah.
Even the best bowlers suck on sport patterns, and so I was just hoping to do. I was hoping to do myself proud, like at least pick up the spares, at least read the lanes well and understand what was happening. And I did that today better than I did yesterday.
Okay.
So I read the lanes and I was transitioning and I was moving as the lanes were getting different. And somewhere during on the fifth or sixth game, I lost it. And I was like, oh no, I don't know what to do. And then I figured it out, but then I just didn't execute.
It's that execution piece, right?
Like I did everything I did everything. Yeah. I did everything I meant to do.
Piece.
I did everything I meant to do. If that makes sense. So I bowled well.
Okay, good.
I just didn't do the things that were supposed to be done to score well.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to do this. And I did that, but that didn't do what I wanted it to do. So,
well,
yeah.
All right.
So, yeah. But, it was fun. It was cool. The more tournaments I get in, the better I'll get at these. So, like, I learned a lot every time I go.
Yeah.
Where I go, oh, I definitely should have done this a game and a half ago. And so now I know when that happens, I go, I remember what happened this last time, so it's all learning. So
there you go. I mean, I know you're not going to be in any tournaments for a while, but
no.
I mean, they'll always be there.
Yes.
Whenever we get settled and wherever we get situated in life, bowling will inevitably be there.
Maybe. I don't know. I retired last time for 10 years, and this may be a 10-year retirement again. I have no idea.
Well, maybe you can look for a job application tomorrow with the zoo.
Well, maybe. Although I don't know if they would let me around the animals with no degree or no experience.
What have you done?
Well, what
are the animals going to say?
I just throw stuff at the lions. I'd be like, let's see if they eat that. But I am going to the zoo tomorrow with a bunch of first graders who may or may not get fed to the lions if I have to watch them. But it is also supposed to rain all day.
I can't. I have to laugh at this. I have to laugh because it's so funny because this is the first grade field trip. It's to go to the Oregon Zoo. And last year, there's a girl on our street who is one grade ahead. So Lily was in kindergarten last year. This little girl was in first grade. And I was dropping something off at the school office, and I was seeing the buses coming back from the field trip. And this was like in April of last year. That's when the field trip was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And I ran into him soaked from head to toe. And I said, hey, like, was this the zoo? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, it was the most miserable day I've ever had. And I said, what happened? And he's like, it rained the whole time. He's like, it was so miserable. Like, all the kids were miserable. They were cranky. Then we all had to get on a bus. We were all sitting on the bus for like an hour and a half to get home. And we're all like soaked and this it's chafing against our skin. And he's like, never again am I going to go to the zoo when it's raining. And I was like, oh man, that's rough. Flash forward this year, I was like, okay, we're going to do the zoo as the field trip. But for whatever reason, it got kind of like canceled. And so they didn't do it in April, and they basically said we weren't going to do the zoo at all. And we're like, oh, that's interesting. Then all of a sudden, last minute, just a couple of weeks ago, they said, oh, by the way, we are going to do the zoo.
2 days before the end of school.
2 days before the end of school. So it's like, what are we even doing here? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah, it's June, so it shouldn't be a repeat of last year.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it was in April of last year, and it was pouring. Everybody knows it pours in the Pacific Northwest. June, tomorrow, it's going to absolutely pour all day. And it's just like, I'm like astounded because I thought that we passed this.
Yeah.
You're going to be an unofficial chaperone. I'm not going to be there, but it's going to be a miserable day for you.
After since you volunteer every day or every week at the school, like my job was to volunteer for all the stuff. And so when they told us the field trip wasn't happening, I was like, yes,
I know.
Score. And then they brought it back up, and you were like, that's your thing.
That's you. That's the
Go
thing.
and sign up. So I signed up, and I am not looking forward to this. But I am bringing like 4 umbrellas and 4 coats for all these kids.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to have a coat, who's going to have an umbrella.
Well, and that's the thing.
I'm going to have a backup. So
yeah, because it's like, the kids aren't going to come prepared. Like, you need to get Lily in rain boots. And remember, you're going to be holding everything. Because, like,
yeah, I'm bringing my big backpack.
Everybody's got sack lunches that they've got to hold. The parents have to hold them. You have to hold Lily's lunch because she's not getting a sack lunch and all this kind of stuff.
Luckily, we're only dealing with 4 kids. The 2 of us are going to handle 4 kids. But I figured since there's 2 of us, we might get the worst ones. Like they're gonna put the ones that are like hard to handle with us. So Lily will definitely be there, and like 3 others.
She will not. Although it's funny because we just met with her first grade teacher as kind of like a end of the year, like how'd she do, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And academically, like really no issues. She's right where she needs to be or exceeding some of the expectations. And like, but then when it came to like, they're like, oh, she has a little bit of issue with focus. She like hyperfixates on stuff, and like you and I have been talking about this for the last 2 years. We're like, is it ADHD or is it 7? And so like we've been waiting, like we've been kind of going like, oh, okay. And she like is really biting her nails, which is kind of like a fidget that ADHD kids kind of start to like. Not everybody, but just like sometimes that's kind of a little symptom. And then I asked her teacher, and I was like, we've discussed this before, but like maybe possible ADHD diagnosis. And she kind of like looked at me and she was like, keep an eye on it.
I
was like,
I wouldn't write it off.
She's like, I mean, you trust your instincts.
Yeah.
I was just like,
she's
so we'll see.
Yeah, she's got the performance bug and ADHD.
Well, and like her teacher was saying, we don't really like, I'm not like friendly with her. And I know her teacher, but like we're not super friendly, like personally. So she doesn't know anything about Lily or like me or my background or anything like that. And so it was funny that in the session, she was like, Lily has such a strong voice, and she's always talking with such animation. And when she reads aloud to the class, like each character has their little voices, and she's just such a performer. Like, what do you think about community theater? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
My background's all in community theater.
Like, well, I did theater for a long time.
I was like, yeah, I know. She's like, she should be in music classes. I'm like, I used to teach music and stuff.
And
she's
we were
like,
on the radio.
And we're on the radio. I'm like, she's coming from a family of performers. We were kind of hoping that she wasn't going to get that bug.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you can nurture it or maybe like hope that it dies down. And I was like, I know.
It's coming through pretty strong. So we'll see.
We have no choice but to nurture it at this point.
Yeah. We luckily have understood what goes on in the industry. And so we'll be able to kind of
help, I guess.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and like most community theaters don't accept kids until they're like 9 anyway. So I'm hoping that there's a level of maturity that will happen between her like very first audition and like now, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
So speaking of Lily ending school though, your mom has decided to send her a gift.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily for the end of this school year.
No,
but
what's it for?
It was kind of like a kickstart to summer. Like, here's a couple activities to do during summer.
So it's not like congratulations, you graduated.
No, she said like you can give it to her as that. As a reason to kind of to have these things. And so that's what we're doing. Like we're giving it to her on the last day of school as like, this is your gift kind of from grandma. And then it made me realize that like, I don't have anything for her. I don't have any way to celebrate her at the end of the school year.
Which is a couple days from now. And you mentioned last year it was like kindergarten graduation. We put balloons in the car and we like went over and we painted the words like congratulations Lily and all that stuff. And you mentioned you're like, yeah, we got to go get balloons. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Like, we have to go get balloons again because
we're doing it again.
Yeah, because we're doing the car pickup again.
Okay.
Because like you wait for the car and then they have the balloons. And then sometimes people write like, yay, see you in 2026. Or well, I mean, a couple months or something like that. But it's fun because like people decorate their cars.
Yeah, you say people.
Yeah, a couple people do.
I don't know if anybody did. I felt like we were the only ones.
We were one of the only ones that went like all the way out.
Okay.
There was a couple people that had like one or two balloons. And like we had several balloons and then we had the car that had some balloons inside.
Yeah.
She thinks it's fun. You go down to the Dollar Tree, like you can get a couple balloons. It's not a big deal.
Are we doing this every grade or is this
why not, right? What's the problem here, Nick?
I don't know. Well, like, aren't you the one that says you shouldn't be celebrated for graduating like high school?
Yeah, of course.
But here we are celebrating each grade pass along. Is it because we're just like huzzah summer, or is it like like you did it, you're smart?
No,
like
God,
what do we celebrate?
No, I would imagine that passing first grade is the lowest of the bar, maybe a little bit off kindergarten.
Yeah.
It's not a oh my gosh, you did it.
Yeah.
It's more of a yay, we're done for the year. And isn't this exciting? And like you're growing up and isn't that great? And summer starts tomorrow.
Okay.
And like it's the same reason that the teachers line the parking lot and like
they're going to a different school. So the fourth graders or fifth graders get to circle the block.
Yes, they get to circle.
That's why the
yes, but remember, all the staff comes out and they line the entry where the cars leave.
Okay.
And they clap and they cheer and they have little signs that say like, "We're done."
I thought that was a good riddance.
It could be a good riddance for the fourth graders or whatever.
For everybody, just God, please, it's over.
Totally, but that's what ours is too. It's like, yay, school's out,
Okay.
So like, I bought her a little gift. Nothing extravagant, but it's kind of along the same lines of like my mom's gift to her, like something for us to do, and then like several new books, and that's it. It's very mediocre. It's not a birthday party. It's like, hey, here's some new things to read, and here's an activity to do.
Can you imagine the kind of people we'd be now if this happened to us when we were kids?
What, you mean loved and nurtured?
Yeah, if we were celebrated for everything we did, and and shown how appreciated we are.
I don't even look at this as like an appreciation or a celebration. It's just fun. It's an opportunity to inject some fun into the life. Again, we're not falling all over ourselves going, oh my God, you passed first grade. You must be a genius. It's like nobody's like losing their mind about this.
Right.
It's just like, yay, you did it. Another year and let's go have a great summer. Like that's all that this really is.
Okay.
And
all right. I was worried that we were going to make this a thing and that she was going to be like, it's now Lily Day 2.
No. This isn't like
I want to be celebrated for everything.
Yeah, I know. But like we don't do that, we have a certain celebrations. We do this kind of thing at the end of the school year. When she gets a new belt or a new stripe in karate, we go and have a scoop of ice cream. Like, is that like so wrong? She has a Christmas and a birthday.
Yeah.
Like we do have a Lily's Day, and I know that people have big opinions about that. But like other than that, like we're not like throwing parties for mediocre, congratulations for your 7th tooth loss. It's like we just kind of go, okay, great.
She's definitely an only kid.
Yeah, of course.
And so she's loved and appreciated. So
You make it sound like whatever Lily wants, she gets.
You think about just like me, for example. Like I don't remember any fanfare whatsoever for anything. And so the fact that she's got so much fanfare, it's either going to be good or bad. Like she either needs to she's either going to expect fanfare for everything or, it's this push and pull of damaging the kid and then resilience.
I know, but you're thinking so long term that this is going to be some kind of crippling defect. Like I imagine that after 5th grade, maybe even after 4th grade, she's not even going to want us to pick her up on the last day of school. She's going to want to take the bus home.
That's when the fun happens. When I can embarrass her That's when this becomes
I know,
fun.
but like
for now, she's like, yay,
she
mommy and daddy
is
love
7
me.
years old and loves balloons and streamers and stuff. It's not like I'm going to be doing this when she's 14.
Oh, I'm doing it when she's 14.
know,
That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I want.
Yeah,
Seven's
but she's
boring.
not going to love that.
She appreciates it at 7. Now,
Yeah.
I want her to hate me.
No, but you act like we're going to barge into her studio apartment when she's 24 and we're going to throw confetti at her and be like, Happy Lily's Day. It's like,
are we not celebrating Lily's Day when she's 24?
Know, but probably not.
Screw that. No, it's Lily's
we
Day.
probably would give her a card and stuff, and it would probably be one of those, Mom, rolling your eyes, kind of like, God, I know, right? But like, you act like this is going to be this very long-term commitment. I don't see it like that.
No, that's only going to get interesting after she hates it. And so that's when I get to
that's where the damage comes
well,
from.
No, that's
it's
when
like,
I get
my
to
dad won't leave me alone.
teach her resilience for embarrassment.
Well.
So she's like, oh God. And then she'll get bullied.
And then when she cries and is in a therapist couch, I hope you feel really great about yourself.
Then she'll be strong. You're welcome, Lily.
There's
for
other
the future.
ways.
Well, thank you for watching. I don't know if this podcast was any.
Go
interesting or
enjoy
not,
the zoo tomorrow, Nick. Get your rain galoshes on.
Yeah, I will. Follow us on Instagram for updates. I'm gonna try and
don't take pictures of other kids.
I know I'm not taking pictures of the kids.
Okay.
I'm just gonna update me just being rained on. So
I want a progression of how
here's me
wet
being rained
you
on
are.
at the Lions. Here's me being rained on with the Penguins.
Who's wet? More wet, Nick or the polar bear at this moment. But you don't have to go home on the bus. So
Thank
you
God,
can take off some layers and you don't have to deal with kids on the way
I know
home.
it'll be nice and quiet for once. It's just like, well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends. Hopefully this was fun. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.